Hello and welcome. My name is Stephanie Dawn. Welcome to this evening's presentation, Nurture Your Body, Experience Food as Love. That's right. That's what we're talking about tonight. We are here in divine community to really support you around your own health and well-being. And we're going to be sharing some stories with you this evening. And then towards the end, we'll have an opportunity for Q&A. All right. Okay. So I'm going to share with you a little bit about my story because it's kind of formidable. I've really been through it the last few years. I found our amazing superfoods company known as Purium about 7 years ago. And I was like in my early 50s. I was postpartum 10 years, and I'd put on 50 pounds. And I did not know what to do about it. And so my general practitioner had left the city where I lived in Los Angeles at the time. I did not have a naturopath. I did not have a nutritionist. I did not know how to nourish myself. Let's just be perfectly honest. And so when I found our superfoods protocols, I was in deep need for a massive overhaul of my diet. And, I was really stuck in some food ruts. I loved fried food. I loved sugary food. I loved gluten all day long, 3 times a day. I didn't know there was anything wrong with gluten. So it just really helped me to eat more fruits and vegetables, and ultimately I lost the 50 pounds, and I'm incredibly grateful for that. And fast forward 3 years from 7 years ago, and I learned that I had a breast cancer diagnosis, tumors in both breasts, 2 different types of breast cancer. And I was in absolute shock. I thought I was healthy, but what I was doing was going back and forth between eating cleanly and doing our superfood transformations, and then going back really to the standard American diet, albeit organic, to the best of my ability. And so I realized that needed to stop. That needed to stop. I needed to be eating cleanly all the time. I think, a cancer diagnosis is an enormous wake-up call. And I determined at that time to heal the appearance of cancer in my body naturally. So I did many things to do that. I'm not going to talk about all those things tonight, but the one nutritional foundation in my life has been our Purium products. They are, without question, the most pure and premium products on the market. We are the manufacturer and the distributor, and I'll be saying more about that later. But I came in as a customer first, and the bar was really high for me as a customer because I'd lived in the organic world. I was engaged to an organic farmer 30 years ago, and I knew the importance of organic food and farming and produce. So I was really skeptical that Purium would be as pure as I needed it to be. And it didn't take me very long before I realized that what we have here is stellar. And it helped me drop the weight. I'm still alive to tell the tale about my health journeys. I'm incredibly grateful for that. And the stories that you're going to hear tonight are transformational. They are profound. They are not uncommon, I might add. I cannot even tell you how many stories I hear in our community on a daily basis where food is really helping folks to heal their bodies. Food heals. It can also harm. And so the responsibility is on us to take our health seriously. And what I like to say is pay the premium now so you don't have to pay for the diagnosis later. So that's a little bit about me. And I have some other important people that are going to be sharing their stories tonight. On the first half hour, we're going to be sharing health stories. And then the second half hour, we're going to be talking wealth stories. we're going to be talking about why it is that we became brand partners to share what we have here, like what we're doing tonight. So we'd love for you to stick around. And without further ado, I'd love to introduce you to a beautiful colleague of mine. She is a mother of 3, and her health transformation story is incredibly moving to me. Working with moms to feel better after giving birth to 3 children is incredibly important to me. So I'd like to welcome Kahina Karyn to our Zoom room this morning. Hello, my love.
Hello, everybody. So grateful to be here.
So glad you could be here. Yeah, so tell us about, where you were before you found the Purium superfoods and where you are now, because I've watched a dramatic transformation occur before my very eyes.
Yeah. So, wow. I was in a desperate state, as you know. I was suffering severely with postpartum depletion, depression, chronic fatigue, chronic pain. And it was really terrifying. I'm a single mother of 3 too. So, I wasn't, I was doing the best that I thought I could as far as nourishing myself. But it wasn't doing it. And I was still suffering. And I was drinking copious amounts of caffeine to try to, keep up with all of the demands, which I exhausted my adrenals, and it was just so depleting. So, but without that, I felt like I couldn't actually keep up or function. So it was just essentially stealing my energy, the little bit that I would have had. And I got to a point where I was like, I cannot go on like this anymore. I just can't do this anymore. And it's interesting too, because I'm a holistic doula, and in birth work, there's a point in labor where we often find ourselves that transition where we're like, I can't do this. And that's right before you realize that you can. So it was kind of like that for me. And I made the decision to allow myself to receive whatever was needed for me to, put on the armor and do what I need to do as a mother. And I made that decision, and I called out to the divine for support and whatever I needed to be the mother that I want to be. And that's when I aligned with our community. And it just felt like such a blessing. Before I even received the products into my body, I already was being nourished by the community. So, and it's just gotten better and better ever since. The more I nourish myself on the level that I know now that I deserve, it's not as tempting for me to reach for the vices that I once did, even though I have done the back and forth thing, and I have, gone for coffee and then I get my ass handed to me, essentially. The temptation is so much less because I just feel surrounded in a force field. And I think that's really important when we are stepping.
I lost her. Did you guys lose her too? Yes? Oh no. What a bummer. Well, hopefully she'll come back. Yeah, hopefully she'll come back. So I'm going to bring on our next guest. I know, force field. Oh, are you there?
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Great.
Where did I leave off? Where did you
You
last
said
hear?
force field, and then we lost you. I'm like, the force kind of rippled out into Zoom land and cut you off.
Okay, so yeah, I just feel like that's one of the most amazing and nourishing parts of my healing that I've experienced, because not only are the products premium and just so amazing, so are we
Mhm.
for each other in this divine connective web that's so supportive. So yeah, I'm so grateful. I'm so, so grateful. My children are as well. They've seen it. They've seen the transformation. They've seen how I've become more present, and I am able to enjoy and take pauses when I need to in my parenting and connection, and really savor these sweet, precious moments. So I cannot even put into words my gratitude for
Mm.
what I have received here.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Kahina. I'm so glad you could be with us tonight. Ah, yes, those precious babies of yours, they are so blessed to have you as their mama. And I hope you'll stick around for the second half. Please, please, please. All right. Let us go now to another amazing colleague and friend of mine, a mother of three. Am I right, Maria? Three? Yes. Okay, good. Mother of three, an incredible health coach, an amazing stand for everyone to be healthy, no matter where you are. She is a light on the social networks, and she's definitely a light in my life. And again, she has an incredible health story of transformation. And she was already really healthy when she found us a couple years ago. So if you could talk a little bit about your journey, Maria, and where you were, what you've been through before you found Purium, and then what happened for you after, please. And thank you.
Can you guys hear me? You can hear me? Okay, great. Um, so my journey actually started right before I actually met Stephanie back in 2012. It was maybe a year prior to that. And I had actually had really severe IBS for 20 years. They thought I had Crohn's. My grandfather had Crohn's. I suffered. I cannot even tell you how much I suffered from that. I had really severe migraines. I had arthritis. I had anxiety, very severe anxiety, depression. I had eczema. I had rosacea. I literally just had such a laundry list of health issues. And I couldn't even pick which one was the worst, because they were all, and in addition to that, I was about 65 pounds heavier. I forgot to mention that. I was I was over 230 pounds at one point. So it's still shocking for me to see the pictures. And so I have a son that has autism. And, as moms, sometimes we're not as apt to help ourselves, but when it comes to our children, anyways, he had some health issues with his gut, and I dove so deep into research to try to help him and learn so much about what's in our food and in the food system and the toxins in the food and gluten, like you were talking about gluten, like what gluten and dairy were doing to him, and all of these things. And I was kind of taken back by all the information that I found. And so I was able to heal his gut through diet. Now, he went to every specialist in the world. Like, he was at Boston Children's Hospital. Saw the specialist in Western Massachusetts. He saw all the specialists. Never once did any of them say, it's probably his diet, change his diet. Not once, right? And so I ended up at a health food store going to a presentation that a mom had done, who wrote a book, who had a son with autism that had the same issues as Richie. And she talked about probiotics and taking all the toxins out of the diet and all of those things. And so I did that and was able to heal his gut after him suffering greatly. So it's kind of the backstory of me, because then I took all that information and implemented it myself. and completely transformed my health, like just by, I mean, I was still exercising the same amount. It was the food. It was all the food. And my body literally over maybe a 2-year period. Now, I wish I had Purium back then because it would have been a much faster process for me. But I needed to learn all I needed to learn. But over a 2-year period, slowly, every single health issue that I had for decades that I was supposed to just have, because that's how life is supposed to be, right? We're supposed to have aches and pains. We're supposed to be sick. And that's kind of how we feel. And that's all not true, right? And so over a couple of years' time, I healed completely, like completely healed everything. Still to this day, have none of those issues. Other than maybe some autism, mom anxiety. But I was able to completely heal my body. And as a health coach, I wanted to be able to offer years. I was approached by, health companies that had different shakes and different supplements and things. And I'm the ingredients, like police, basically, because you can't heal the body if you're putting poison in the body. And they all had very so much toxins in them and things that are so damaging to the gut. And I wanted something to help my people with. And somehow Stephanie came across my timeline one day, even after being approached by a couple other people, and she was talking about glyphosate and the fact that something could be certified non-GMO and still had glyphosate in it. And as far as I had come, that is a piece of information I did not know. So I was immediately like, I need to be connected with this amazing woman who knows things that I don't know, and I need to be in her vortex. And then she kindly messaged me because I was commenting on her video, like, this is great, this is awesome, And I took a look at all of the ingredients, and I know we're not talking about being a brand partner this half, but that's really part of my story. I signed up like that night or the next night because I was like, oh my gosh, I have something that's organic, non-GMO, raw, and totally clean, because organic doesn't always mean clean. And so I was over the moon. And I honestly didn't think, I'm like, I'm health coach Maria. It's so nice for me to have this for my people, but I don't really need it. That was my thought at the time. And when I started taking Biomedic, life transforming for me, still brought me to many other levels of health. And I think the biggest transformation, I've even seen pictures of my face since the time I've been using the Purium products over 1.5 years now, every single day. And the change in me, even me, has been pretty dramatic. And the first time I know this kind of it's not a major health transformation, but it's a look into what's happening inside my body. The first round, one of the first times I actually did the cleanse, this is what I highly recommend as a health coach to all of my clients, is to do the 30-day cleanse. That's when you're going to get the big results, right? And I had this one day, I woke up and I was like, I don't know what to do with myself. Like, I was having just so much energy that, as healthy as I was, I never felt that kind of energy. And I literally got up and ran 8 miles that day because I had no other way I felt to get out the energy. I ran 5 miles yesterday and I don't run. I can do that and have no pain. That was the big aha for me, because even before Purium, every time I would start running season off, I actually have a hip injury from when I was a child. I don't even know if I've told you this, Stephanie, or not, this story, but I actually fell out of a rolling car when I was a little girl onto my hip. The door wasn't locked, and I fell out onto my hip, and my hip literally has never been the same since for my whole life. And so when I would start running, I would be in agony for weeks, and I would do it anyway and just suffer the pain, because after maybe 3 weeks, it would kind of go away, but I couldn't sleep all night with it. And so that day that I ran 8 miles, it was a time where I hadn't run in months. I wasn't trained to be able to do it. I was 49 years old at the time, and I did not feel a thing. I woke up the next day, even today, after just randomly running 5 miles yesterday, I wake up, I have no pain. Like I didn't do it. And that's food. Not, that's my power shake and
Yes.
all the green things. But so that's a testament to what's actually happening inside my body that wasn't happening to me before Purium. So it's
Fantastic.
pretty amazing. And
Yeah.
that's my story.
Yay. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
guys.
Yeah, I love hearing the further details. No, I did not know that about your hip, and that's quite extraordinary. Wow. So please stick around, Maria, for the second half. So now we're going to hear from a woman who has a very dramatic health transformation story, again, before she found Purium. And so welcome, Brenda Gagne. She is a mom of 5, 6, how many? A few. Hang on, I need you to unmute, Brenda. Can you unmute?
There you
we
go. Can you hear me? 9.
Yeah. How many kids?
9.
Oh my gosh, I was way off. I was way off. You are a beautiful mom of 9 children, and your story is formidable. Thank you for being here with us tonight to share it.
Thanks for having me. I became sick with systemic lupus in my 30s. I had systemic lupus, severe mixed IBS, depression, anxiety, migraines. I spent about 4 years on chemo drugs and all kinds of other nasty medications, going through doctors, until I started learning about things and changed up my diet and was able to put my lupus in remission. And so I stayed in remission. Well, I've been in remission now for probably 30 years, and it's been really good. And things really changed for me. Just before my 50th birthday, my 4-year-old son passed away, and I didn't handle that very well. I have to admit, I handled that with tequila. It wasn't very good. And then my teenage son got sick with a rare autoimmune disease. And that's when I really decided that I needed to start taking care of me. My weight ranged between 300 and 350 pounds at that time. And I just decided that, after losing one child, there was no way I was going to be able to survive losing another one. So I decided that I really needed to take care of myself, because I've always been a caregiver. I have 2 biological children, and the other 7 are adopted. They were drug addicted newborns, so they're all children with special needs. I still, at 60, have one that's going to be 17. She has autism, but she's doing really well. But even after changing everything up that I did, I wasn't feeling like I was getting the right nutrition. And I started stalking my beautiful friend Maria. She comes up with some wonderful, wonderful recipes, but being a mom of 7 special needs kids, I wasn't really good about making all that good stuff. So when she found these shakes, I was very excited to try them. And it's really, I've only been doing them for about 1.5 years, but in the last 10 years, I've lost over 200, probably over 220 pounds. So I just turned 60. No meds, and more, just doctors once a year for physicals, which is lovely. It's been wonderful. And I've been doing the shakes for 1.5 years now, and I just feel so much better. So so fulfilled, stuff that I wasn't really getting with the food I was eating. And I started even my autistic daughter on the Epigenius, and it's amazing, amazing the changes that she's had. She's no longer going on the special ed van. She's now can go on the bus. She doesn't have a one-on-one at school. Her behaviors are much better. It's been amazing. As a matter of fact, we moved in with my daughter, my husband and my daughter, and we moved in with my daughter and son-in-law. So we're a family of 7 again, which is great. But they are all doing the shakes. They are all feeling wonderful and seeing results, and it's been a miracle for me. So I had the COVID there about 6 months ago. And the first thing the doctor said was, we have to really be careful because that could trigger your lupus again. And I said, no, it won't. I've got superfoods. I'm good. So it's been a great journey. I love it. I love it.
Fantastic. Wow. Fantastic. Gosh, I love hearing that about your daughter.
Mm.
OMG. Okay. So thank you, Brenda. Please stick around for the wealth portion of our presentation here. I want to sort of unpack what Brenda was saying, doing the shakes. Okay. What does that mean, doing the shakes? So yes, we have some incredible, nutrient dense, potent, organic superfood shakes. Yes, we have that. But we have a lot more than just shakes. The shakes, I like to call them organic fast food. And I'm gonna outline for you exactly what the 30-day protocol looks like in terms of the products. All right. So first we have the Biomedic, which is a probiotic and a prebiotic that effectively removes glyphosate from the body. All right. It's been tested by a certification body to do what we say that it does, which is to remove glyphosate from the body. So it also reduces the C-reactive protein, which causes inflammation, by 75% in a 6-week period of time. So those are formidable numbers for anybody in the medical world. And we're really proud of Biomedic. We're really, really proud. And what Brenda was just saying a moment ago about the Epigenius kids, it's called Epigenius Family now. We just changed the name at the end of 2022. That has the Biomedic in it. So Brenda is giving her daughter a delicious, amazing nutritional spectrum shake with the Biomedic in it. And you've heard all the behavioral changes that are happening for her daughter. Like, it just makes my heart sing. So first we start with the Biomedic, and then we have the Super Aminos 23, which is pure vegan protein, which is like 1 serving of animal protein or tofu, etc. And so they're white capsules, and they flood the body with energy in 23 minutes, and they help to build muscle and burn fat. And then the third product, which has several different options, is our shake. So that's you can customize your 30-day experience with a Power Shake Original, a Power Shake Appleberry, a Super Meal Original, a Super Meal Vanilla Chai, or the Dark Berry, which is our brand new hyper delicious shake. Okay. The Power Shake and the Dark Berry are not meal replacements. However, just the Super Meal is. It's got more calories, more ancient grains, sprouted ancient grains, and way more herbs and adaptogenic mushrooms. So we don't have any additives, any fillers, any artificial flavoring, any sugar in our shakes whatsoever. Nada. That's something I'm really proud of. If we want to transform our health, if we want to lose weight, what does lose weight really mean? It means that you're not giving inflammatory foods to the body. You are not, you're getting your body back into a state of health. That's when the weight goes, right? When we're eating the fruits and vegetables, when we're eating the superfoods, and we're giving our body what it needs on a cellular level. not empty calories. So that's the third product, is the shakes, all the different shakes. All right. And then the fourth product is tart cherry syrup. And the product is called Apothecary. It is just tart cherry syrup. That's it. It's delicious. It's kind of different from regular cherries though. It's tart cherries, and tart cherries are incredibly antioxidant. They are packed with vitamin C. They are anti-aging, anti-inflammatory, and I think it's delicious personally. And so that's our tart cherry juice, which you can have it in the morning or the evening. I like it in the morning. Many people like it in the evening. And you can have it with water or just neat, 2 tablespoons. So that's the fourth product. And then the fifth product is Super Cleansar herbs. And that is the product that effectively kills parasites, which everybody has parasites. It's, not a nice fact to talk about, but if we eat meat, veggies, or fish, we have parasites in our bodies, and we want to be getting rid of them at least 4 times a year, if not more. So that is the 30-day protocol. There are several different options that you can sort of do the products in a different way, which the person that invited you here can unpack that for you a little bit more. So there's the simple path, the accelerated path, and the intermittent fasting path. So you can sort of choose the one that's right for you. So that's where we're kind of going to kind of turn the corner here and start talking about what we have as a community in terms of sharing this incredible transformation. And let me just say, as we're turning the corner, that what I just described to you, it's called the ultimate lifestyle transformation. And it's been so astonishing to me to see how that 30-day pack protocol is changing very serious diagnoses. It's shocking, to be honest with you. Things that I didn't even think, people that I didn't even think we could help, we're helping. And so you've heard some of what was discussed this evening: postpartum depletion and depression, just having more energy, being able to run 8 miles, 5 miles, and not have her hip in pain. And then Brenda with, just wanting to up level. Again, she already was feeling really good and she'd lost a lot of weight, but she wanted to have more energy. She wanted to feel better in her body. And so in addition to that, we have stories of transformation that include people with small intestinal bacteria disorder, bye-bye, PCOS, bye-bye, diabetes, bye-bye. Yeah, Kimmy, thank you. The list goes on and on and on. And so the person that invited you here, if you're on Facebook, we have an amazing group that I would like to invite you to go to, because when you type in any diagnoses, multiple sclerosis, Crohn's disease, colitis, there's a story in there about how our protocols have helped people. So that's been so shocking for me. Remember, my portal was weight loss, postpartum weight loss. And then it kind of, upped a few levels to cancer. But the breadth and depth of how it is that we're able to help people is really remarkable. And so this isn't rocket science, you guys. It's really foundational. It's organic fruits and vegetables, eating cleanly, minimizing gluten, sugar, caffeine, alcohol, oils, and fats. It's not hard. So, and this is why I think that we are as successful as we are as a company, is because there's a lot of freedom in our protocols. There's a lot of different food options. And so, I think that's why I was successful with it and why I ultimately decided to start sharing. So let's talk about that. So I was a happy customer for 6 months. I kind of went up and down a little bit on the products because the person that had shared it with me, their original discount code wasn't really doing the business. And so I flailed about on my own until finally I reached above to the person above her and I said, help, I have some really big health goals. Can you help me? And they said, yes, absolutely. And so I got the help that I needed. And after a few more months of doing these protocols, I was like, OMG, I need these products in my body for the rest of my life. I'm going to start sharing. And so just like Kahina, I was working in the birth world and I knew a lot of moms and I knew a lot of really burnt out birth professionals, midwives and doulas and lactation consultants and so many. And I was like, oh, I can help some people. This is really helping me. I can help some people that I know, right? And so I just started sharing very casually on Facebook. Ended up ranking up through the initial ranks without really even trying. And then I was like, what's possible if I really tried here? How might I benefit financially if I really put some effort and energy into it? And it was at that point that everything really changed for me. And keep in mind, I was already a very busy business coach. I was not looking for another stream of income, but I really liked the elegance of the business model. I was in the dollars for hours paradigm, sitting in front of a computer all day long, coaching one-on-one clients. And that took its toll on me. And I was like, wait, I can be earning residual income with customers and brand partners all over the world. Okay, this sounds good. And so that's how I got my start. And then, I continued to rank up through the ranks in the company. And I continued to work it very part-time for 3 years until I received the breast cancer diagnosis. And then I stopped the business coaching. Bye-bye business coaching income, which was formidable. And then I stopped Purium for 6 months. The Purium income kept coming in, even though I wasn't working. And several people that are here tonight continued working to support me and my family because we developed a very tight bond and community with me as our upline. And it was so humbling for me to be able to take myself away and look after my body and continue receiving income, which paid for everything until 6 months later when I was ready to get back into the business. And so that's the beauty of the community that we have here. And my upline, Rachel, who's not here with us tonight, she looked after all my little chicks while I was looking after my body. So it was kind of like financial insurance. So I got to experience that firsthand. And heaven forbid that you ever receive a diagnosis like that and you need that financial insurance. But maybe there's something else that you're dreaming into being, and that this stream of income could really support you in creating. So that's my story. I want to invite Kahina back on to share her story about doing the business. Kahina, why did you decide to become a Purium brand partner? And share with me a little bit about what you were doing before to earn money and how it's been for you now.
Okay, so when I first found out about Purium and just felt this, like, that's what I need. It was like, I felt it in my gut. That's exactly what I prayed for. Then I was told about the brand partnership opportunity. And once I was told about that, I was like, yes, that too. And I really didn't know what I was getting into. I had obtained a holistic doula certification, but wasn't really able to put myself to work with that because I was just suffering so much, and doing everything to just maintain my own children. And so government assistance I was utilizing, and I didn't really even know what I was getting into at all, as far as I didn't even connect the dots with, oh, I can share this to support mamas. I just jumped in and then slowly connected the dots of like how divinely aligned it was, to get to work with you, who also has a passion for sacred birth work. And yeah, so that's thrilling. And every day I'm just like, wow, is this real life? Like, this is just like God connecting all of the dots for me. And this is what you're doing. This is your sacred work here. And the fact that I get to do that with my children, and help other mamas, that's like the icing on the cake, is that not only do I have this opportunity, but I also get to offer this superfoods nourishment and regenerative income opportunity to mothers that may not want to go back to work. Yeah. And I just see so much potential with it, and the collaboration. I feel like it's just really beautiful because we're able to create abundance from a space of our own innate creative ability. You know, we're helping each other. You are helping us so much, you know, and then we're helping each other, because I feel like we're all pretty inspired and inspiring beings here. So it's just, you know, synapses are firing off, and we're really tapping into our divine potential to create what we came here to create and offer. So I find so much wealth in that, you know, and the potential that we have. And also I have a mini experience of what you just shared with taking a step back and still receiving income I was not expecting at all, because I recently had to move out of our old home that had mold, and it's not something to take lightly, you know. So I was like, here we go, living on a prayer, stepping out of like into the great mystery with no real plan, but I feel so supported. And it's so cool too, because of this, this work that we're doing, it's really pushed me out of my comfort zone in a lot of ways. You know, talking to people and sharing and just being vulnerable. And I've made a connection with a beautiful mama through this, through, you know, showing up. And I will be, she just invited me to attend her birth and doula for her postpartum for 3 months. So,
Yay.
so grateful.
Right on, Kahina. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. It's been phenomenal to watch you transform in your health and your wealth. And this is what I live for, you know, is this kind of transformation. This is what gets me up every morning. Thank you for sharing, Kahina. All right, Maria, will you come back on for me? Now, you were already a very successful health coach. You've been approached by many people with the Purium opportunity and various other, you know, I don't know, probably Beachbody. I mean, I'm sure there's tons of people that approached you, right? And so you said yes to Purium, and you said yes to brand partnership out of the gate. Will you share more about that and how that's been for you?
Well, it's been so amazing. And actually just listening to Brenda's story, like if I didn't see your video and didn't start Purium, right? Like I'm a little bit emotional right now, because just hearing about her daughter and her daughter getting better and Brenda's whole family, like that's why brand partnership, right, is helping families. And just to hear Brenda's story is so, like, it's been an emotional couple days for me. But anyway, so that I'm so happy that you shared that, Brenda, because it makes my heart, you know how much it fills my heart so much. But so I think that sums up brand partnership for me. And these are things that I didn't expect, you know, to come out of it. And originally I wanted it was so important for me to have things to offer my people that were clean and for and also through a company that is a good company and not big food and a real company that loves our planet and is plastic free. And it was such a match to everything that I am and everything that I believe in. And it just, you know, it's become even so much more than that. And I've actually changed my life when it comes to plastic. And just because I'm like, wow, my company's doing this, I also need to take this into my life. And I have changed so much. but I really want, to have, like Brenda sharing with people. So there's this huge, when you become a brand partner, you have the ability to create this massive ripple effects of people learning about health and getting healthy. And that's how we fight. That's how we fight back. And so, yeah, I'm at a stage now. Also, I don't know if we're supposed to talk about this, but the income has been very nice for me at this stage of the game. And so that's helpful. Like you said, that's, helpful to every week have, and then you're able to, like Brenda has her whole family getting healthy, right? So we're able to spread, all of that out. But and being in a community is so, like, as a health coach, it literally was, I know a few other health coaches and connected, but it is not the same as having a huge community of people who just, I'm looking at you, Kahina, too. Like everybody, like all of you, every single person on this call, like I love you guys so much. And that's like just the relationships and being in a community where people want to get healthy and they want to get everybody else healthy, and just in that vortex of so much love and so much health and so much happiness. And it's incredible. So yeah, and for me, like the business part is all the heart part, and the helping people and spreading as big, as we possibly can to help everyone. I hope any of that made sense, because it's been a long day.
No, it definitely made sense. Thank you so much for sticking around. And I so appreciate you doing this business with you. We're having a lot of fun together, and we're changing people's lives. And yeah, it feels really, really good. Feels good to work in alignment with our values and to really show up as servant leaders. So thank you, Maria.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Brenda, you could have just been a happy customer. Why did you become a brand partner? Just need you to unmute.
Oh, there you go. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. My God-given gift, I've realized is caregiving. I take care of people. I've had over 100 drug-addicted newborns in foster care, adopted 7, taking care of many of my elderly relatives. I love taking care of people. And when I started feeling so wonderful, I had a lot of relatives and a lot of friends suffering from a lot of different things that I wanted to share, and I wanted to share. And so I became a brand partner so that I could share, because when you have something as wonderful as this product, and the way, I just want to inject it into everyone. So I started sharing, and a lot of the people that I share with really can use the discount code. So I love that I can give them the discount code.
Nice.
And yeah, and so it's like an accidental business for me, because I just really love to share and see other people start feeling better. The results from my daughter. I have a friend who has a little 2-year-old that was having digestive issues. She's been doing amazing. So I just want to scream it from the rooftop and just keep sharing, because food is healing. We've just been, I don't know, bamboozled, I think,
Yeah, that's
really.
it. Yep.
Yeah. It's sad. And it really, I'm living proof. Food is healing. I'm better at 60 than I was at 30.
Right
So
on. We're so glad to have you in our community, and watching you share online has been really awesome for me. And yeah, just keep shining, keep shining. Thank you for being here tonight.
thank you.
Uh-huh. So let's talk about, what does it mean to do this business? When you purchase uh, just one second, when you purchase your 30-day transformation, ULT, you have an opportunity to upgrade to brand partner for free. You don't have to, there's no pressure to, but if you would like to become a brand partner, like Maria knew, she's like, I'm becoming a brand partner, this is happening. If you just want to start as a customer, you'll have 2 months to upgrade. So 60 days. You also have a 60-day, 2-month money back guarantee if you're not happy with the products. Okay, so 60 days to upgrade to brand partner, 60 days money back guarantee. And if you're picking up what we're putting down, we do want you with us. We absolutely want you with us. If you feel that you can see yourself working with us to share about how food is medicine, thank you, Kim, for writing that in there, how food can heal us, then we want you with us to be sharing as we are, and really helping people make the connection between how they're feeling and what they're eating, because so many people are sick out there. So many people. Oh, and we have something that can truly change their life. So when you get the business, you get unlimited discount codes for a year that will give your customer either $50 off if they purchase $75 to $200, or 25% off if they purchase over $200. Okay, so the ULT is, I think it with the 25% off right now, it's around about $350. So that's over $100 discount from the retail price, which is like 460 or 70 bucks. It's a lot less with the discount code. So, and that can get you 30 days worth of the superfoods and then the business for free. All right. And so you also get your back office, which is, it's called Dreams Technology, which helps you to look at what's going on in your back office, who's purchased, etc. And what, if you create a team, so you can do you can work this business 2 different ways. You can just give out your code and get customers, or you can get brand partners. That's what I've done. And so you can obviously do both, right? Or you can just do the one with the affiliate code. So it's totally up to you. You can work it in a way that feels right for you. And then you also get the app on your phone. And the app on your phone allows you to share the compensation plan, videos, PDFs, etc. Like for the biomedic, for instance, we have the early clinical trial that came out in 2017 for health practitioners, because they want to see the science. And so we have that for health practitioners. So the app is great. And for every code you share, you receive 20% of whatever that person buys. And if they come back and buy monthly, you're going to be receiving 20% of whatever they purchase in an ongoing way. All right. We do have a smart order or subscription, as some people know, but again, there's no pressure to have a smart order. There's just financial incentive to have a smart order and to get your products at 25% off every month. So that's really the business. We have a robust team here. As you can see, we are constantly working to show up in service every single day. And so you're joining a team that's on the rise, and we love what we do. We love what we do. And the owners, I just want to say a little bit about the owners before we say goodnight here. The owners are responsible for the USDA organic standards 30 years ago that were put into place. And that really spoke to my heart when I learned that, because 30 years ago, I was living on an organic farm, fallen in love with an organic farmer. And that was, he was the reason why I started my organic education, was living on that farm and knowing him. And so that's exactly what Dave and Amy were doing 30 years ago. But they were talking to the government and getting those USDA organic standards for organic certification. So it's very meaningful to me. It's very important. And every time I talk about Purium, I feel like I'm representing them. And the other thing I want to just highlight that Maria mentioned is we have a commitment to being plastic free. We're currently 99.9% there. We have one product that needs to be that needs a new container that's not plastic. But I've watched us eliminate all of this plastic in the last 7 years that I've been here. And it's been incredible to behold. Our packaging is now compostable packaging. If that doesn't make my Enviro girl, eco warrior heart sing, I don't know what does. So when you say yes to Purium, you're saying yes to a company that truly cares, from all the way at the top in the corporate realms to us down here as the brand partners sharing it with the world out in the field. So I want to thank you so much for being with us tonight. Thank you for spending an hour of your time here. We are incredibly grateful that you chose to do that. And please get in touch with the person that invited you to be here tonight to learn more about how you can either become a customer or join our team and become a brand partner. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you to my guests, Kahina, Maria, and Brenda. Many blessings to you all. Have a great evening. Good night.